And we're back. 81-21 NFL Talk, Week 14. Another 81-21 Media Group production.
Mm-hmm.
So, as y'all see, what do you got on?
Yeah.
So that lets you know that they must have won the game.
We'll get to it.
They must have won.
We will get.
Okay. Where we gonna start at?
Well, first of all, how was your week? Football wise, of course.
Oh, my week was good.
It's great for Cowboys fans right now.
Yeah, we good.
What's y'all record now?
We 10-3.
10-3.
Mm-hmm.
10-3.
We tied up there.
You tied first place?
We tied up there with the Eagles.
Okay.
We tied with San Francisco.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tied up there with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As you know, just 81-21 NFL talk, and we only talk NFC. You gonna leave you hanging? NFC East.
Wait a minute.
NFC East.
East.
Right. So let's get these guys out of the way first.
Okay.
Washington Commanders had a bye week.
Yeah.
So let's not really talk about
right,
it as
right.
far as they're concerned.
Right.
There were two more games that took place by NFC East teams, and that was Dallas and Philly.
Dallas and them Eagles.
And the Giants played the Green Bay Packers.
And those Packers.
Let's get it popping.
Go ahead. Let's go. I knew I was seeing something on that hat.
Come on now.
You got it?
No. Come on now.
I think it's the thread itself.
It is. All right. So let's get it popping.
Get it popping, baby. Go on.
We're going to start off with the Giants and the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clear my throat. I have one thing to say. Well, main thing to say about that game.
Okay.
Mr. Daniel Jones, if he comes back next season, when he comes back, I'm not giving him that spot. What you think?
He gonna have to fight for it?
You have to fight for it.
Right, because
DeVito out there leaving it out.
Man, DeVito looking.
Right. This is
looking like he looking out there and can run without falling over.
And he ain't sliding either.
No.
That first run that you saw, he cut around that corner and then he dipped back to the middle as if he was a running back. Yeah. He throws some decent passes. What was he? 17 of 21, which is a very high percentage. Only had 158 yards and 1 touchdown.
But it seemed like he had more yards than that because he was laying them out there.
Yeah. He's doing pretty good. Yeah. So the Giants beat Green Bay. I guess you consider that an upset. Green Bay had the better record.
Did they?
Did they?
I don't know.
But I know people were saying that Green Bay was going to win. Green Bay did not win. Love, I don't know what he did. The quarterback for Green Bay. It did not look like, we're going to bring this back because I heard somebody using it. This phrase. It didn't look like an any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
It didn't look like an any given Sunday.
It didn't.
It looked like the better team actually won.
And that happened to be the Giants.
It happened to be the Giants.
Right.
Other than that, I was really impressed with DeVito.
Yeah.
Saquon had 2 touchdowns. I think he had 86 yards? 86 yards, but he had a major fumble that almost cost him the game, but they got past it.
They did.
They got past it. Let's do it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to this Philly versus Dallas.
Let's get down to it.
Because they played in Dallas, so Philly at Dallas.
Yes.
Talk to me.
We won.
That's it?
That's the important thing.
Okay. Was it a convincing victory?
It was. It was. The defense shut down Philly's offense. They only scored 2 offensive scores, and that was 2 field goals.
Right.
And then we had a fumble.
Okay.
A fumble, and they recovered it for a pick 6. So,
that's the only
that was it.
Touchdown he scored.
That's the only touchdown.
2 field goals.
Defensive touchdown.
2 field goals. And I said at the beginning of the game, they doing the same thing that they did against Buffalo.
Yeah.
They doing the same thing that they did against San Francisco.
Right. And so that leads you to ask the question, is Jalen more hurt than he's letting on?
I think so. It's not taking anything away from Dallas, but what I see as far as Philadelphia goes, they look tired.
They did look tired. They played hard though, but they did look tired. They did look tired.
They already had their bye week, so maybe they need a few cream puff victories where Jalen and AJ and Devontae and Swift and their tight end, I can't think of his name. Maybe they need some time off.
Well, they know they don't get no time off, but
they were not competitive in this game.
But they do have an easy schedule going forward.
They do.
So
they do.
Maybe that'll help them out some.
Well, there's also that any given Sunday situation. I'm gonna say that again. Any given Sunday, any given Monday, and pretty soon it's gonna be any given Saturday. Right.
So hey.
But the thing is I am not really. I think Philly will be okay with their record. Newsflash: the Chargers and the Raiders are playing right now. The score is 63-20. Raiders winning. Chargers just scored again. It's only like two minutes and change left. So I don't think they're gonna get that 7.
You don't think they're gonna get that 7? Who got the ball?
They don't say it right now.
Oh, okay.
They don't say it right now. So yeah, I'm not worried about Philly's schedule going forward. I'm worried about Dallas' schedule.
Oh yeah, we got a hard schedule. We got the Bills, not the Bills next. Who we got next?
Well, let's find out, shall we?
Or do we got the Bills next?
You got all of these people next. Let's see, Dallas schedule. 2023. Let's pop that up there. So they got the Bills Sunday, December 17th.
Okay.
And then they got the Dolphins December 24th. And then they got the Lions December 30th.
Right. And then I think we close it out with the Commanders.
Then the Commanders. They need to go at least a 3-1 would be great. But yes, in your case, I know you're saying 4-0.
That's what we need.
3-1 would be great. Now, did you get Philly's schedule?
No, I did not, but I will get that for you.
See, they've played the Bills already. They've played the Dolphins already, and they beat both of them. You know what I'm saying? You got it?
No, I was getting ready to say, I think they just scored, but they didn't.
Yeah, so I'm really worried about Dallas' schedule on the way out.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We got a tough schedule.
A very, 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 very tough schedule. The Lions gonna be out for blood.
Philly got the Seahawks next.
Seahawks, not an easy game.
And then they got the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you get that any given Monday, because they play on the Monday. They play Christmas Day. So that's where you're going to get that any given Monday from, because hey, the Giants are doing something right now. And then they close it out with the Cardinals. Nope. They got to play the Giants 2 more times.
Okay, Giants twice.
Cardinals
and
Seahawks.
Right. Dallas needs to outperform them in these last 4 games.
The
victory on Sunday, beating the Eagles, was great, but they got to close out now.
They do.
They got to close out.
They got to close it out and then get ready for a playoff.
Get ready for playoffs.
We need postseason wins.
Y'all need to get past the first round of the playoffs.
We need to get...
Y'all always get stuck.
Say it again.
Y'all need to get past the first round of the playoffs.
First round.
Always get stuck right
We
now.
always get stuck.
Now, are we done talking about that game?
Yeah.
Great job, Dallas Cowboys. Great job, New York Giants. All right. And my verdict on Philadelphia was they look tired.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got some pressing stuff I want to talk about.
Okay.
Can we talk about the quarterback? Number 15 in the red.
Talking about Mahomes?
My homeboy? Mahomes, are you out of your mind? So you're going to get upset because you said the refs should have warned you that Tony was offsides? Where they do that at?
Talking about pre-snap warning. Well, I mean, the commissioner said that some of the refs do warn, but they don't have to.
They're not obligated to.
It's not in the rule book that they have to warn anyone about being offsides.
They're not obligated.
It's the player's responsibility to know if they offsides or not.
Right.
Look up and down the line.
I don't think...
If you wait, and he was way...
Yeah, he was offsides.
He was way offsides.
He was lined up damn near on the defensive line side.
They said that the line ref couldn't even see the ball. That's how far offsides he was.
And the line ref probably was like, you see this motherfucker? You know what?
Right.
That's probably what happened. But Mahomes, relax, bro.
Him and Andy Reid, because Andy Reid got a little upset too, but they both had to apologize.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. Because when they went back and showed some things, Tony lined up offsides a few times in the game.
Right, and they didn't call him.
Okay, relax. Mahomes, you're just upset because you lost. Call a spade a spade. Leave it alone.
You can't
just leave it alone. Now you're starting to sound like a spoiled baby. And I like him. I don't follow Kansas City like that. But I like Mahomes, which leads into what I'm getting ready to say. I like Mahomes because he is a difference maker.
He's a difference maker.
He's a difference maker.
There you go.
When he's on the field, anything could happen.
Yes.
He's a walking any given Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
This past week, there was a young...
Wait a minute. Before we get to them, let's talk about the play of the week. I'm going to say it's the play of the week.
Play of the week was a punt return.
Yes. Ravens.
Executed by the Ravens. I can't think of the
Wallace.
Young man's name, Wallace.
I think he was a rookie too.
No time left, right? Walked that sideline, got in that end zone.
He almost stumbled and fell, but he kept going.
Yeah. That was definitely the play of the week.
Yeah, that was good.
I forgot how many yards it was, but...
Hey, congratulations, Mr. Wallace.
I couldn't believe it because we were sitting there like, is he gonna make it?
Wait a minute, gonna stop him? Something.
Is he gonna fall over? It never happened. Scored a touchdown. It was in overtime. And Baltimore won.
There you go.
Baltimore is now 10-3.
Baltimore 10-3 too?
Yeah, whoa. I think so. Baltimore is now 10-3. Let me look this up. Make the segue into what
Baltimore is 10. Is 10-3.
They are standings.
Yep. They 10-3. Okay, so Baltimore is 10-3 because they have a quarterback who is a
difference maker.
A difference maker. So, America.
What are we talking about here?
We had a young lady on one of the sports talk shows and everything that had the audacity to come out of her mouth and compare Cam Newton to... Wait a minute. First, before I talk about that, let's say, what was it that Cam said that
Cam
got
Newton
somebody all up in arms?
Making the analysis that there are quarterbacks in the league that are managers, meaning they manage the team well.
Game managers.
And there are quarterbacks that are difference makers. He gave a few game managers. Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Tua. Who else was it?
Brock Purdy.
It was one more, but I can't call it right. And he said their job is to just not make a mistake.
Right. You
have a well-oiled machine. You take Brock Purdy. You got behind him. You got McCaffrey. You got Ayuk.
You got Debo.
You got
Kittle.
Right, and they have another guy too. They have a strong, solid defense. All you need to do is don't make a mistake. Don't get out of pocket. Don't try to scramble now because you ain't Lamar Jackson. Don't throw no interceptions. Just steady the boat. Be the skipper.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
On the flip side, a difference maker. Who would you call a difference maker?
Lamar.
Who else?
Patrick Mahomes.
Who else?
Josh Allen.
Difference makers. They can put the team... Oh, you say it.
They can put the team on their back and carry them.
No matter what's going on, you need a run, you need a crazy throw, whatever, they got it. I like to look at it more as like a dynamic personality, a dynamic player.
And by all means, there was no disrespect to Dak, Brock, and the other people that he called. No disrespect at all. He's not saying that they're not bad, they're not good players. He's just saying that they are not difference makers.
Because now, these guys that are managers, right? They in the NFL.
Right.
They in the NFL.
Right.
That don't mean you're trash.
Exactly.
But your style of play is this.
And you know, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, and I support my quarterback all the way. When Dak first took over for Romo, he was a difference maker. He got hurt, and some things changed. He came back from that injury, and they kind of babied him because they didn't want him to re-injure his ankle. You know, so they kind of, I guess you could say, put handcuffs on him. So they told him, you know, well, they did, because they was like, okay, they didn't want him to run as much and everything. So he had to change his style of play. But this season, Dak is getting back to looking like that Dak Prescott that we saw when he first came on the scene.
Okay. Let me say this. I only been watching Dak for the amount of time that I've been around you. Right? Intangibles are those things that make you a difference maker, a dynamic player. Dak is a solid quarterback. I don't think he's a difference maker. I don't think so.
He was, and he can be again, but we're not going to get into that. That's not the thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But to go further with what the young lady said, is that she said, first of all, she tried to diss Cam about his outfit, because her first thing was, we're going to just skip over the outfit. Leave Cam alone.
That was a personal attack.
Cam can dress the way Cam wants to dress. Cam is his own person. He has his own sense of style, and he can dress however he wants to.
Okay.
Second thing is, she said the NFL in 2023 is all about backup quarterbacks. And then she gonna look at the camera and say, Cam, what team are you on? Nah, baby, back that up. And then she gonna say that Cam is acting like the people that in the basement that be watching her and tweeting her, telling her to get back in the kitchen.
Right.
How are you going to compare Heisman Trophy winning Cam Newton, Rookie of the Year winning Cam Newton, MVP winning Cam Newton, that went to the Super Bowl, took his team to the Super Bowl,
15-0,
all victories except for the Super Bowl, but you going to compare him to someone sitting in their basement tweeting you about getting in the kitchen? Right. First of all, you can't speak on the quarterback position because you never played the game.
Now, everyone has the right to critique.
You can critique.
There's a fine line between critiquing and being personal.
But you can't say that Cam is not qualified to critique the quarterbacks that are playing right now. You cannot say that. Because he's been there, done that, and played the game at a high level of expertise.
In what year was this? 2018, 2017? When he went MVP?
2015, I think. It was 2015 and 2016. It don't matter.
High level, he was the highest.
Exactly.
He was the standard for quarterback.
Exactly.
None of these players he named have achieved that.
Exactly.
None of them, right? So with him saying what he said, I don't think it was disrespectful.
He was not being disrespectful.
Now, I've watched her before. She has a certain venom too when she talks about things. And I really don't care. I just flip the channel.
Well, I didn't even know who she was. I mean, I'm a football fan. I might not be a fan of all the analysts. You
usually watch the big 3 or 4, which is Stephen A. Smith, Shannon, Skip. You look at Skip.
I look at Skip, because he got
Keyshawn.
He got Michael Irvin and Keyshawn on there, and Richard Sherman.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I watched him.
Everybody else. Now, you were introduced to someone else today, and we're going to touch, and that was Dan Orlovsky.
Yes.
Okay, so every time she comments, whether it's NBA or whatever, I feel like she's looking for that extra to be heard, like to say certain things. But with this situation, out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Out of pocket. You're not
totally
qualified.
Out of pocket. And please stop. Don't disrespect Cam like that.
And I feel like, me being personal, and I'm only going to do this one time. I feel like if he needed a job and he needed to come to ESPN, you are out of here, miss. You are out of here. Think about it. Okay. You're going to have this guy that came from Auburn, Heisman Trophy, all this stuff, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Super Bowl, all this. And not only did he play the game and excel, but he stamped his personality on it.
He did.
He did that. Yeah, Superman.
Come on now.
Did that. So if he sits back and he said, well, I believe, blah, blah, he can do that.
He can do that.
Because y'all do it every day.
But he's qualified.
And you have never set foot on a field.
And he's earned that respect.
He's earned that. He's earned that. Now, Dan Orlovsky, I think his name is Orlovsky or Orlovsky. You showed me a clip where he kind of straightened out.
Yeah.
He said, first of all, what Cam Newton said was 100% accurate.
Correct.
It was accurate. And he said, I've been saying that for years. There's levels to this thing.
Right.
But like I say,
right.
And I'll blink this out, there's levels to this shit. There's levels to it. So you might be an NFL quarterback, but you might not be the same as this guy over here.
Right.
You got a little bit extra.
Right.
But Dan said that he basically, with her standing right there, he kind of shot her down. And she, it's been a lot of flack over what I said. Then she started trying to defend why she said what she said. But I believe that in certain cases, some journalists, reporters, whatever you want to call them, sometimes it's like movie critics. You're talking crazy, but can you act?
Well,
can you direct?
I always compare things to the military. So I'm gonna say that you really can't. You can give your opinion. And you can say how you think it should be or how someone should do something, what have you. But until you put those boots on and walk in the sand,
it's different.
Pick up that M16.
It's different.
Get on that convoy and go downtown Baghdad where people are trying to kill you while you stand on the street and everything. You can't say anything. Different. So it's like those officers that come straight out of the academy and want to come and tell this senior NCO, or not even a senior NCO, but this soldier that's been on the ground and got 3 diplomas under their belt, and you want to come straight out of school and tell me or them how it should happen because that's what you learned in the book. But you don't have no time in the sand.
It's different.
That's the same thing I say about some of these analysts who have never played the game.
Right.
You can sit here and talk X's and O's and numbers and whatever, but until you put those pads on, put that helmet on, and get out there on that field.
Well, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was a boxer or a martial artist. He said everybody got a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
There you go.
Everything changes right there when you get hit in the mouth. But we bringing this up because when we talk about football, we talk about it from a fan perspective. If you go back and you look at any of our shows, we don't really get personal. We might joke, but we don't get personal. Like the Taylor Swift thing, I'm gonna call somebody on the phone.
Yeah,
that's joke stuff.
Right.
We don't really get into stats because sometimes a player's impact is bigger than the stats.
Right.
For instance, if CeeDee Lamb plays, who you got next week? The Bills. If he plays the Bills, that McDaniels, that's his name, for the Bills, the head coach.
I don't know what his name is.
McDaniels. Anyway.
I thought McDaniels was Miami's coach.
Whoever. And then the defensive coordinator for Miami, they looking at CD. So all CD has to do is run his routes and work like he want to get open. He going to keep their attention all night. At the end of the night, he might have 50 yards. You can't measure his impact on the team winning.
Right. On his stats.
Yeah. So I don't get into that. I'll throw some things out there, but I don't try. We try to talk from a fan perspective respectfully. Because I ain't never played no college football.
Well, I didn't play
no high school football.
Me either.
And I definitely ain't played no NFL.
The only thing I played was 2-hand touch.
Okay, well, everybody played that.
No, everybody ain't played it.
Well, I did. So with that being said, we try to, remain objective and not too subjective, which is why we stick to NFC East. Because honestly, we don't have time to watch every game.
We don't.
We don't have time to do that. So, and then if something's going on in the AFC and I see it, props. Baltimore 10-3. Props. You know what I'm saying?
That Niner game, props to them too.
I don't remember what happened. What happened?
No, I'm just saying they 10-3 also. Okay. So props, you know.
But the point I'm trying to make is we don't do that.
Right.
Right. You love the game. You look at it as a fan, but always understand what these guys put in to the game to be out there.
Right.
Don't act like this other guy. Can't stand him, and I want to say his name, Jason Whitlock. You know him? The one was talking about Dion, heavyset guy.
Oh yes,
yes. Like what is that? That's not objective sports journalism. You making it personal.
We're not even going to get onto the fact that he always want to talk about how much of a Christian he is, but we're going to leave that one alone.
I'm not going to get into all that, but stuff like that is trash, and we try not to do that, but we brought this girl, and we're not even going to mention her name. It's just that when she said it, I felt a venom, malice, whatever you want to call it, especially when she said, we're not even going to get into the outfit.
I just felt offended for Cam.
And what's sad about it, you had two other guys, two black, one white, that was sitting on a panel with her. One basically agreed with Cam, but he just said it differently. And I'm like, dude, say what you gotta say. Don't tiptoe around. Don't tiptoe around it.
Yeah, but anyway.
I digress.
Yes.
Mixtape.
Okay.
Mixtape.
All right. Mixtape.
Mixtape. It's out there.
Go listen to it.
Ann's Saturday Jams on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Did you hear yet? Did you hear yet?
Some of it.
Okay, so Ann's Saturday Jams, it's a compilation of music that my mother used to
listen to on Saturday
It's not
morning.
Everything, but it's ones that, stick out for me.
What's crazy about it is that when you was making the mixtape, you didn't even realize that you were playing the songs that your mom liked to
At a
listen
certain
to.
point I did.
Right.
But it didn't start off.
It didn't start out that way.
It started off just wanting to make R&B, old R&B with women singing. But then I realized, wait a minute, my mother. Well, one song on there, "The Boss" by Diana Ross, that wasn't my mother. That was my Uncle Ronnie.
Okay.
And he played that thing
to death,
all the way from Selma, Alabama to Dallas, Texas. But yeah, mixtape. SoundCloud.
All right.
Go check it out.
Check it out.
Old man still kicking out here.
There you go.